I am back. I know it's been a very long time, over a month now since my last video. I just figured I would check in, let you know I'm still alive and still more or less recording YouTube videos. I'm actually really tired right now. I've been up technically since 3:30 this morning because my fiance woke up at 3:30 because he had to work at 5, and he asked me if I wanted to get up with him at 3:30. And my answer was no, so he let me sleep till 4. So I've been up since 4, and I've been running around like a headless chicken ever since. But anyway, so I had one idea for a video that I wanted to do, and basically I wanted to talk about what it's like having multiple works in progress on the go at once. I'm up to, I think, 3 or 4 works in progress right now, and they include the dystopian story, first of all. I am also planning to self-publish First Blood, which is not really a sequel, it's more like a companion story to The Spirit Catchers, which I really hope will help to motivate sales for The Spirit Catchers. I'm also working on Roads Untraveled. My editor and I actually just finished chapter 11. So yeah, here we are. I guess tips for people who are considering having more than one work in progress on the go at once. Never be in the same stage on both projects. If you're drafting one story, don't also draft the other one. Even though they're 2 different projects, you won't really get a break from that kind of work. If you're going to give yourself a break, do something different. For instance, to use my existing example, if you're drafting one story, maybe edit the other one, or outline it, or revise it, or look into some new and original marketing ideas. So there's one tip. Another tip I have is be realistic with your timeline. If you have 2 projects on the go right now, don't make the deadline for both of them 6 months from now. Another tip that I have too is it's okay to not be completely happy with either one. I'll tell you something right now. Most of the books that I've written so far, when I go back and read them again, I'm really unhappy with them. Even The Spirit Catchers, which is my most current book, I'm still going through and I'm finding sections that, now that it's been a few months and now that I've taken a pretty significant step away from the project, I'm seeing areas that could have maybe been phrased a little differently, or maybe scenes that seemed like a really good idea at the time, but now logistically when I look at them I see, okay, that's maybe not, I guess, believable, or it maybe just doesn't jibe with the rest of the story. But at the same time, that was a story I wrote and published under those circumstances. So be a little forgiving with yourself. If you're not happy with any of your stories or you feel like it could be better, just don't put pressure on yourself to make it perfect, because there's no perfect draft. So, no perfect draft. Be forgiving with yourself. Be realistic in your expectations. That's very important no matter what you're doing. And take breaks. Change things up a little bit. Don't fixate so much on one particular stage or step in the process that you completely overlook everything else, because you can edit while you're drafting. There's really no one way to skin a cat, and frankly I hate that saying because I'm a cat person, but it's true. There are so many different strategies and approaches and methods you can use. So don't get kind of locked into one approach and say, oh, I have to do it this way because I saw an article on Twitter or wherever and it said that I had to do it like this. You don't. You can just do it any way you want. One more thing that I just thought of now as I was saying that is, don't become too fixated on or preoccupied with other people's styles, because there are a lot of people out there who are more experienced and who've written a lot of novels, and they have their own, I guess, approach, or they have their own way of doing things, and that way may not necessarily be compatible with your lifestyle or your schedule. You're gonna have good days and you're gonna have bad days, and it's just a fact of life. Rome wasn't built in a day, and your book won't be written in a day either. I think I'm going to wrap it up here. Hopefully I'll be able to post another video in less than a month. I'm not exactly sure, but generally speaking, going into the fall is usually pretty productive for me, so you might see more content. No promises, but I will certainly try. On that note, I'm going to sign off, and you guys know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and you know exactly where to find me. So, you take care, and I will see you next time.